What's up, everybody? I want to tell you about Anchor. If you haven't heard about Anchor by Spotify, it's one of the easiest ways to make a podcast with everything you need all in one place. Let me explain. Anchor has tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. When hosting Anchor on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. And best of all, Anchor is totally free. So download Anchor, the app, or go to anchor.fm to get started. And I'm a veteran, so let's hear some more military cadences. What's up, family? Why does the weekend go by so fast? Can anybody riddle me that? It's just like, I love talking to you guys, but we just meet up too soon. So let me tell you a little bit about my weekend. I did mostly absolutely nothing. Saturday, I cleaned my house, and after that, my husband had to work. But the best part is that we have gotten the new Call of Duty, so that took our weekend. My husband was pretty disappointed because they do not have hardcore yet, which kind of sucks. Like, he likes to play on hardcore and they don't have it, so we had to shoot 1,000,000 times and nothing took place. So that was pretty much my weekend. I hope you guys had an awesome weekend. Speaking of weekend, there was football today. So let's get into these football scores. So we got the Eagles 29-17 over the Texans. The Colts and the Patriots. The Patriots won 26-3. The Lions beat the Packers 15-9. The Chargers beat the Falcons 20-17. The Jets beat the Bills 20-17. That was a good game. Yeah, Josh Allen, he's my fantasy quarterback, but he scored 26 points, but they just couldn't pull it off. Interceptions and all. The Vikings beat the Commanders 20-17. The Bengals pretty much murdered the Panthers 42-21. The Jaguars beat the Raiders 27-20. The Dolphins beat the Bears 35-32. The Seahawks beat the Cardinals 31-21. Brady got a win. They say he's undefeated since divorce. 16-13 against the Rams. And the Chiefs, my husband's favorite team, won against the Titans 20-17 in overtime. So that was a good game. Stressful game, but a good game. I didn't watch that one. My husband blames the coaching. There was a lot of perfectly good dropped balls. So let's get into Elon Musk and Twitter. So Elon, he put out a rule that said if he let people have fun pretending to be him, but he put that if you were impersonating him, he was going to permanently suspend your account. So Kathy Griffin was the first up to get suspended. And so she's permanently banned. So Elon is not playing around with y'all. She's kicked off. And then I saw he said that he's being fair though, because there's a Twitter account that follows his personal plane. So yeah. So Kathy Griffin is suspended. And then there was another guy I saw that was suspended. He was pretending to be Elon Musk. And Valerie Bertinelli, she pretended to be Elon Musk too, and she's retweeted a lot of Democrat stuff. So, yeah. That was that. So, Elon is running the show over on Twitter. I'm just looking at what people are saying. Someone said 1 week ago, Elon tweeted 110 million people that Paul Pelosi's attacker might be his secret gay lover, but that was so October 22. Time to move on. And then Elon said, Twitter needs to become by far the most accurate source of information about the world. That's our mission. So it's kind of like sarcasm, shall I say. Let's see what else is going on. So many things that we could talk about. I just kind of try to pick and choose, really, because between the election on Tuesday, which I know that if you are here, you will be glad when it's over, because I know I will be. Let's see what the latest is on the war in Ukraine. Russian state-controlled media, RII, reported that a massive fire broke out in a railway administrative building. Explosions reported in Russian-occupied Donetsk. Numerous explosions were heard in Russian-occupied Donetsk. Ukraine's railway continued to impress, launched a new route between Ukraine and Moldova this week, now testing engine alternatives in case of more Russian attacks, and they bring the steam locomotives out of retirement. So looks like Ukraine is still trying to fight back. I really don't know how long this war is going to go on, but it is lasting. It is taking the course, dude. Let's see why Arrowhead is trending, even though we changed the name. Someone said, don't forget that 2 years ago, Patrick Mahomes asked Chiefs to turn Arrowhead Stadium into an election day voting site, but the Jackson County said no due to lack of voting machines. Instead of giving up, Mahomes bought new machines, splitting the six-figure investment with the Chiefs. That's pretty nice of him. The Chiefs are now 6-2, so they are tied with the Bills. Yeah, that was that. I thought it was going to be them complaining about that name because they're still holding on to the Arrowhead name. Let's see what's happening into the world. Trump and DeSantis collide in Florida. The long simmering rivalry has spilled into public view during the final weeks into Election Day. What else is going on here? Coy Gibbs, co-owner of NASCAR, died at 49. An Iowa teen who killed her alleged rapist and was sentenced to probation has escaped from custody. Oh no, that's bad. Piper Lewis, the Iowa teenager who killed a man she said raped her and was sentenced to probation in order to pay restitution to his family, has escaped from a residential corrections facility, according to Iowa's 5th District of Corrections. Lewis walked away from the Fresh Start Women's Center on Friday at 6:19 after cutting off her electric monitoring device. Her whereabouts aren't known. Officials have filed a probation violation report recommending her probation be revoked. Warrant for her arrest. Lewis was 15 years old when she killed a man she said raped her multiple times, CNN previously reported. She received a deferred judgment from Polk County judge after pleading guilty to voluntary manslaughter. Lewis to pay $150 to his family. Reporter also ruled Lewis would receive 5 years probation, serve 200 hours of community service, and pay an additional $4,000 in penalties. Des Moines facility where Lewis escaped is a residential correction facility. Accepts residents with varied legal status who might be admitted as a condition of probation or parole. It says the program aims to provide a safe, holistic approach to supervision that seeks to educate, support, and advocate. So, I mean, she's supposed to be on probation, but for some reason they had her in a facility. But man, if they catch her, they are probably going to make her do all her time. Background on the case is on May 31st, a man with Lewis lived confronted her with a knife after she refused to go into his apartment to have sex with Brooks in exchange for marijuana. She wrote eventually she agreed to go after he cut her neck. At Brooks' apartment, she was forced to drink vodka shots and fell asleep. At one point, she woke up. Brooks was raping her. Brooks fell asleep, and Lewis went to find her clothes. When she came back to the bedroom, she saw him pass out naked. She wrote, I suddenly realized that Brooks had raped me yet again and was overcome with rage. I immediately grabbed the knife from his nightstand and began stabbing him. I further acknowledged that multiple stab wounds that inflicted upon Mr. Brooks, therefore, resulted in his death. So, yeah, that's just a terrible situation because I mean, you wouldn't believe that they're actually getting these people help. But so Nick Carter, he shares a heartbreak over his brother Aaron's death. So Aaron Carter, who sung this song "I Want Candy," I don't know if you guys remember that, but he passed away at 34. He passed away in a bathtub. I do not know, allegedly if it was drugs or not, but taking a bath under the influence of anything has proven to be terrible. He was also a character in Disney Channel's Lizzie McGuire, for those of you who used to watch that show. But yeah, I know that he had struggled with substance abuse in his life. So eventually we'll get permanent daylight savings time. That's another thing that happened this week. Next spring forward, and I hate fallbacks, so I look forward to it. I don't like springing forward and falling back. It's absolutely so stupid to me. One of my least favorite things. Let's see what else. One thing I saw that was kind of trending, that was kind of crazy, was Jessica Simpson. She posted this Pottery Barn commercial, and she looked very gaunt and her eyes were sunk in. Like, she completely did not look like herself at all, and her words were slurring, and I don't even know, dude. It's kind of weird. A lot of people were like, WTF, what happened to Jessica's face? I just saw her Pottery Barn TikTok with her, and I literally screamed out loud in shock. She was a beauty goals when I was younger. Her and her Dukes of Hazzard was everything. What is this? It's insane. We were 18. We couldn't go to the grocery store or check out without passing 15 different magazines with photos of Jessica Simpson on the cover, looking thinner than I could ever be captioned. Oh, yeah. I know that people really went in on her when she lost, like, a lot of weight. But yeah, she looked pretty bad. I know that she has noticed people commenting on her appearance, but just listen to her words where she's kind of slurring it.
Pottery Barn kids, and a little bit of me. I was really drawn to the geometric prints and the color scheme. This really, to me, is Birdie's personality. Thank you, everyone, for checking out the adorable room of Birdie Mae Johnson. Jessica Simpson, and welcome to my daughter Birdie's room, designed by Pottery.
So I wanted to play the beginning of that, but yeah, she sounded pretty bad, and she looked pretty bad, and I just don't know. Hopefully she's okay. She released something on her Instagram where she sung a song, but she really wasn't singing. Let's see what she said. Let's play it. She released that song. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but she put, I needed to be in my studio today because this is where I ground myself and heal. As much as I have learned to block out destructive noise, people's comments and judgments can still hurt deeply with their incessant nagging. You will never be good enough. The most important thing I've learned through the last 5 years with the alcohol being a guard for escapism is that I can always and will get through it. I'm capable of pretty much anything I care enough about to put my mind to it. I'm present. I'm deeply inspired. I'm determined. I'm honest. I care about other people. After grounding myself just now with my voice and lyrics across my heart, I feel compassion for opinionated hate that some people can so effortlessly blurt out with just such intensity on social media or in social media in general. We have our days of wanting to be, look, do, feel better. Today is nobody is alone with that feeling, that I can promise you. I woke up at the same time anxious and insecure, but also angry and defensive. Like some of you, I know what works for me, and that is to let go and simply sing while looking directly inside the mirror, straight in my eyes to really see and understand myself. I can connect with my heartbeat. I am stable, strong. I am home. A little advice: live inside your dreams and move through them. Don't give up on yourself because someone else did. Stay true to you. It has worked for me in this chaotic life thus far. Nothing and nobody will rob me of my joy. You might come close, but it's my own. Listen, and I get what she's saying, but if the Jessica Simpson that we know, she just doesn't look the same, and like it's really just concern. I don't think it's even a gossip thing. Like her word, even her singing to her song, she was singing to the song, but that thing, her speech was very slurred. So I really hope she's okay, because yeah, she kind of, that was scary. What else do we want to talk about, guys? That's worth talking. So Cher has a new boo. That is what I want to talk about. So Amber Rose, if you don't remember her, she's Kanye's ex-girlfriend. And she was dating this dude that's like, anyway, Cher's new boyfriend, Alexander, he is 40 years younger than her. His name is Alexander Edwards. And yeah, she got a man. And so people were checking on her. And they were like, Cher, your crew loves you. Just a heads up, girlfriend. We want you to be happy, but this dude has a history of cheating. And someone said, Cher, make him rap it. Dude is seriously a player, so just don't fall in love with him, okay? And then Cher said, babe, English is my first language, and I'm in love, not blinded by it. Know what I know, smoke doesn't always mean fire. And then someone said, yes, 40-year age difference, only Cher, I love it. She said, love doesn't know math. It sees Pinocchio told me, some people meet, others recognize. So Cher is out living her best life, okay? She got a 40-year-old man. She's introduced him to her family, and she is out, and I'm not mad at her. I mean, these old dudes do it all the time. I mean, he's of age. He's 34. So, I mean, she's living her life. Like, I never knew that Cher had it in her, but she does. So, I don't know what to tell y'all, Cher is out here doing what she do. The Astros won the World Series. That was interesting because a lot of people felt that they cheated, and that was one thing I wanted to talk about with the Astros. Let's see here, because people were chanting that they cheated. So those were the chants from the stadium in Philly about the Astros. Once a cheater, always a cheater. People say Houston wins the World Series. Remember, kids, if you're unrepentant cheater, you too can reach your goal. People are saying enjoy your fake title, cheaters. Cheaters is trending right now. Just saying, we're not supposed to call this franchise a bunch of cheaters for cheating, but we have to hear about Santa Claus forever and make it make sense. The cheaters win again. The sports guys are not just. Yeah, that people were really pissed about it. And what it was the slide at the end. They considered it an out, and it was, they couldn't, they hated it. I don't know, man. It's just a lot of things. I mean, that happens in sports, right? But I guess, I don't know with baseball, dude. I don't know. Let's play one more clip. I wanted to see how fast they were rechanting cheaters, but that's just them celebrating. Yeah, I don't know. All sports cheats, in my opinion, honestly. It's sad but true. All right, let's get into some messy stories. See what I scrounged up this weekend. Let's go here.
Story time. My first date with this NFL player, his girlfriend showed up to our dinner date. This shit gotta come on my head today. So y'all didn't know the dude. He's been trying to get to me for a minute on Instagram. So I'm like, you know what? His birthday coming up. I'm in college. Let's have a good time. So I DM, what's up? So he sends me a flight. First class, Delta flight. Real nice. Real nice. And I said, okay, cool, I'm gonna go. Y'all, I got a silicone mix this out my head. This shit is stuck. It's glued to my head, so I'll be back. I didn't even expect this video to get this many motherfucking views. There's 100K people in here. I was gonna put this on my YouTube, but I'm gonna just put it on here. Just FYI, it's gonna be a long one. It's gonna be a long story, so get your popcorn. So we kicking it a couple nights before. Of course, I want to get his number, kind of get a gauge of like who he is before I fly there. And everything was cool. He was like, my birthday's coming up. I really want to see you. It would be a perfect time if you come out here to Texas during my birthday weekend. So I'm like, bet, yeah, let me. I'm young in college, didn't know no better. So I'm like, fuck it. Let's make it happen. So he picks me up from the airport, everything cool. He shows me, like, I have dinner reservations for us. This is what we're going to do first. Then we're going to go on a plane. We're going to go on a plane ride with one of my teammates and his girl. And we're just going to have this whole night planned. But first, I have to go to, like, lifting or something like that. So I'm going to drop you off to your hotel room. And then I'll pick you up later. I'm like, okay, babe, cool. You got a plan? I like that. So, girl, he goes to his practice, lift, massage, whatever the fuck he did. And later on, he comes back and he's dressed. He tells me, get dressed. It's a fancier place. And look at all this glue in my hair. It's a fancier place and you need to be dressed cute, whatever. Of course, I didn't have much. I was like in college, so I didn't even really know what to bring for real. So I put on what I had on. We get to the restaurant. It's nice as hell. Super, super, super nice. They set us down. It's our reservations. We're like kind of like in the back, sort of, but where people could still see us. But we were kind of ducked off. So we're sitting at the table, we're eating, we got drinks, I think I had like some salmon, like some scallions, whatever, some shit that I didn't really even know what it was back in 2020, 2019, whenever this was. So, I ordered my food, the food came out. No, actually, I think I was on appetizer, right? I was on appetizer. I think I had like a Caesar salad appetizers. I'm eating my appetizer and then we order our food. We order one more glass of wine and then we talk and we chit chat. And at this point, the conversation is getting really good. Like I'm texting my dad, like I'm really happy I came. Like this dude is really down to earth. He's super cool. It's not weird. Like he's taking care of me. I'm good. Part 2, NFL player flew me out. His girlfriend showed up to our dinner on the first motherfucking day. I had to pause because it's looking like I got a motherfucking ball spot if you watch part 1. So now I gotta call the motherfucking hairstylist and cuss her out. Anyways, so we sitting at the table. The food is already ordered. Right, y'all? So the way that we're sitting is I'm facing like the door, so I can see the whole ambiance of the door, like what's going on, who's coming in, who coming out. And you would think as a real nigga he would want to be watching the door, but these sports niggas. So basically I see this girl walk in. The first thing that I notice is she had a bust down on, like bust down. I'm like, damn, I can't wait till this nigga buy me some jewelry because these bitches out here looking fire and I can't wait to give me some motherfucking jewelry. So, Shirley walking through and I'm just thinking like, damn, this bitch fire as fuck, blah, blah. She walks to our table. She checking him immediately like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, we just left each other. How could you do this? I'm your girlfriend. He's like, you are not my girlfriend. Like, playing it crazy. I'm like, yo, I'm in college. Like, this is some next level shit for me. I'm like used to being around Qs. Like, they doing slimy shit, but it's like on another level. Because first of all, I'm in another state with a stranger. So she like, hold up. So she walks up to the table and she's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like checking him. But at this point it's pretty mild tone. Like she's speaking directly to him. It's pretty respectful. It's kind of just like she checking her nigga. And he's acting completely fucking delusional. And I think at a point she kind of just started to tweak out because she just like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, it's your birthday. We just spent your birthday together. It's the next day after your birthday. Now you're out to eat with this girl. Who is you? Like asking me who am I? Stuff like that. And I'm really laughing because it's like, I've never done anything with this man. He's brought me my own hotel room. We just met. Like, it was completely innocent to me because it was like, we never did anything. You kind of just acting out for no reason. You making this thing be something, even though that of course it was his intention to mess with me, which later on in the story you'll figure out what happened between us. But that wasn't the thing. So I'm just like, babe, like, you gotta relax. Like, you really gotta chill out because this is not even that. Like, we're just having dinner. This is actually a friend right now. Like, we're not on that. But I guess she know her nigga and she knew what type of time he was on. So she started to see that I was too chill. And I think because I was so chill, it was pissing her off. Like, it was taking her there. So she basically tried to pull him to the side. Like, please let me just talk to you to the side.
So, moral of the story is the girl's begging them to leave, and yeah. Next.
Folks, the only way to describe what I'm about to tell you is deeply troubling and disturbing. For the second time in the last 30 days, President Joe Biden has stated that his son Beau died while serving in Iraq. Died in Iraq. He said it a few weeks ago, maybe about a month ago now, and now he just repeated it a couple of days ago.
Just imagine, I mean it sincerely. I say this as a father of a man who won the Bronze Star, the Conspicuous Service Medal, and lost his life in Iraq.
Now, this is twice in the last 30 days that he has stated that his son died in Iraq when everyone knows very well that his son sadly died of stage 4 cancer. Now, how? I don't want to try to make excuses, but when he was looking around the room for his colleague, Jackie, at that one speech he was giving when she had passed away in a horrendous car accident, and he had been to the services and spoken with the family, yet there he was at a podium in a room saying, Jackie, are you here, Jackie? With her family there. That was deeply disturbing. But now you have twice in the last 30 days, him, while giving a speech, stating that his son, his own son, passed away somewhere where he didn't pass away. And some people are saying, he's trying to make it, get sympathy, trying to say his son was a war hero. I don't think it's that, folks. I truly don't think it's that. I truly think that there's something else going on. I don't think he's trying to make his son out to be a war hero. He died in action in Iraq. I truly think he's having some sort of mental lapse where he just doesn't remember. Like, that's your own son. You remember how your own son passed away. And if you get to the point where you don't remember how your own child or where your own child passed away, something is deeply wrong. Something is fundamentally wrong. And I don't care who you are, Republican, Democrat, Green Party, I don't care. As a human being, you should look at this and say, this is not okay. Something is off. Something is wrong. So my question to you, I don't care where you sit on the political spectrum, how, as a human being, are you watching this and in any capacity saying it is okay? Because if you're saying it's okay simply because you have a deep hatred for his predecessor, that makes you no better than his predecessor. It truly doesn't. So let me ask, as an American, what needs to happen? Why is this happening? Why are they continuing to allow this? Some people have used the term elder abuse. I think it's beyond that. If you look at what's going on in Pennsylvania with John Fetterman, you're seeing the same thing. This is a man with a serious medical condition following a serious medical event, who, even by people on his own side now, are saying his mental capacity is off, his ability to speak and his ability to comprehend is off. Yet you have the president, the vice president, and former President Obama flying to Pennsylvania to push this guy. We have the president of our country not remembering where or how his own son died. What do you think is really going on, and what really, sincerely should be done?
Listen, I know a lot of people wanted to get Trump out. But no, I have to agree with him. Joe Biden has exhibited a lot of, Alzheimer type of moments. I don't know the state of John Fetterman. I know that he did have a stroke, but although his speech hasn't been impaired, I do think that he can still communicate. His speech is just impaired, as long as he's able to communicate and understand questions, and he was able to do that, it was just his speech was impaired. So I definitely won't agree on that. But I mean, listen, people are desperate to win. I saw one of the Republicans for Herschel Walker said that she didn't care how many skanks that Herschel Walker, she needed Georgia to turn blue. To be red. So, that's where we are right now with everything. I definitely, as the president of the United States, that is definitely concerning. Hopefully he has advisors with him, because let's be clear, we would not want someone with Alzheimer's running the country, because that's very dangerous. That's a national security situation, and we haven't had a sane president in a while, and I think we've grown used to it. We've unfortunately grown used to it. Although it's quieter since Trump is gone, it's definitely, I would definitely have to agree with him that something definitely, like, Biden has definitely been exhibiting signs of some situations going on. Let's get to this next story.
Back in 2016, when Ye was hospitalized after making rants about Jay-Z and Beyonce on his tour, Ye was handcuffed and hospitalized.
The 911 call came in around 1:20 p.m. on Monday after West was reportedly acting erratically.
The ambulance picked him up from Harley's house.
Paramedics and the Los Angeles Fire Department rushed to the Hollywood home of his personal trainer.
Someone called 911, and they rushed Ye to the Ronald Reagan UCLA Medical Center.
This morning, new details are emerging about Kanye West's alleged mental state as he was rushed to the hospital.
Ironically, the same place that Britney Spears and Amanda Bynes were put into 5150 holds.
The doctor called 911 and said that Kanye was suffering a temporary psychosis as a result of a lack of sleep and exhaustion.
The doctor at the time was Michael Farza.
West was being treated for sleep deprivation when his doctor reportedly called 911 saying he was psychotic.
So, a lot of people are talking about this guy, Harvey, and they were saying that he was also like handling Amanda Bynes and other people who have kind of went like kooky. And, here's the message he said to Kanye. And this is Kanye. He said, "What should be obvious by now is that I was raised to stand for my truth regardless of consequences. So I will say it again. I was mentally misdiagnosed and nearly drugged out of my mind to make me manageable, well-behaved celebrity." And Harley says, I'm going to help you one of a couple of ways. First, you can sit down and have a loving and open conversation, but you don't use cuss words. And everything that is discussed is based in fact and not some crazy stuff that dumb friend of yours told you or you saw in a tweet. Second option, I have you institutionalized again, where they medicate the crap out of you and you go back to zombie land forever. Play date with the kids won't be the same, which is kind of crazy to say that. I mean, that is very kooky. Like, I don't even know, dude. A lot of people are saying that's terrifying. We're going to have a loving conversation and enslave you. Somebody said further feeding the narrative that he is surrounded by both yes men, abusers on both sides. Yeah. You know, listen, when you get that high up in Hollywood and these people, they like to call them handlers, and I don't know about all this, it's all alleged, but Harley Pasternak is his name. He's a trainer to the stars. And he has been, I mean, there's a few articles, you can just Google it, but he's supposedly a nutrition expert and a trainer. So, I don't know, man. Brittany Murphy, he handled her allegedly as well. So, yeah. There's a whole thing on YouTube about him. And look, Jessica Simpson went to his private gym. So that's scary because I'm just, talking about her tonight, and she was a part of his thing. So I don't know what kind of weird stuff they got going on out there in Hollywood. Hollyweird. But yeah, man, that is creep. That's a creep fest. I don't know, dude. Scary. All right, let's get into one more. This is about a guy who he caught his girlfriend cheating because she had a secret OnlyFans, and he's catching her in the act. So let me see what this is about.
Always check OnlyFans for your wife or husband.
I pulled up here, and I'm going to tell y'all why I did this. My wife of 4 years is in this hotel right now, and she don't have a clue that I'm out here. The thing is, she's been on OnlyFans for a while now. I didn't know. I had no clue. I had no clue that this is what she was doing. She about to find out today. The reason I found out is because my homie, he got an OnlyFans. Well, he don't have one, but he be on OnlyFans. And he runs across my wife's page, and he tells me that my wife has an OnlyFans. So I'm like, what? Wow. So every day she's coming home, she's acting regular. She doesn't know that I even know this shit. So what I did is made a fake OnlyFans page, and I made my name D-Rock on there. I made my name D-Rock. Yeah, she don't know what's going on. Oh, what's up? How you doing, man? You alright? Nah, I'm good. So she don't know what's going on. I made a fake page, right? I made a fake page on OnlyFans. I'm sorry, y'all, but I made a fake page on OnlyFans. And been talking to her for a week on OnlyFans. And I made my name D-Rock. So she's thinking she's doing a meetup with a guy named D-Rock. And it's me the whole time. So she's been hiding and having this OnlyFans the entire time. And the whole time, she's been telling me, like, when she's gone and she's doing stuff like that, I'm thinking that she's handling business, you know what I mean? Work business, work meetings, hanging out with her friends and stuff like that. When she's going for hours at a time, I'm not overthinking it. Whole time she has OnlyFans. So I made her OnlyFans, and we've been talking for a week on my OnlyFans, right? And she don't know. So she just gave me a room number and everything. And here you go. She gave me a room number and everything, and she does not know that I am coming to this door. So with that being said, I'm finna bust it, and I'm not putting it up because it don't make sense. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. Look at this. She don't even know. Look at this. Exactly.
So he went to his wife's hotel room. Like OnlyFans. I thought it was just for pictures. So y'all meeting up at hotels and stuff. Yeah, that was cuckoo. You never know what your wife or your husband is doing, because men are on OnlyFans too. So if you see them making it, I mean, you need to ask her, why was she doing this? And the fact that she's meeting up, I didn't know they were that brave to do that. That's wild. I don't know how she couldn't hear his deep voice in that hotel room, but who knows. Anyway, that has been it. I'm sure, as crazy as the week, and we have a full moon on Tuesday, there is going to be something for us to talk about every day this week. But of course, I take the weekends off because even I don't like hearing my voice on the weekends. All right, you guys, you have a safe and happy Sunday night. Enjoy the extra hour of sleep. F is for Family is signing off. Toodles.